Hi guys, my name is Becca. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a different kind of video. I kind of really just want to talk about the Goodreads Choice Awards and my voting process and everything. Because, I mean, technically I don't really have a voting process, but I was voting and I was just like, oh, this would make pretty good video. So I figured let's just go through it and like all the categories and the nominations and everything. So we have, first off, there's Best Fiction, and I know you really can't see that well. Is this better? So, I haven't voted in Best Fiction because I haven't read anything. So there is like Transcendent Kingdom, A Burning, My Dark Vanessa, which I've heard really good things about, Luster, Dear Edward, Frederick Bachman's new book, Anxious People, The Girl with the Louding Voice, Big Summer, Writers and Lovers, American Dirt, Homeland, Elegies? I don't know that. Such a Fun Age, which I've heard really good things about, The Glass Hotel, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Shoot, actually that one I've also heard really good things about, and If I Had Your Face. So, I made a whole list of all of the, what's it called? All of the categories and like what I want to read from them. So I only had for fiction Such a Fun Age because I didn't see that The Midnight Library was on here. So those are the two that I would want to read. I don't know when the voting ends for the opening round. I wish it kind of said that, but I don't know. And I don't do write-in votes. First off, they don't ever get anywhere in the next vote, but it's fine. So yeah, Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed, I've heard really good things about, and then The Midnight Library by Matt Haig just sounds pretty good. So those are the two that I would want to read and then possibly vote for if I really like them that much. But so far I haven't read anything from Best Fiction, so that one doesn't get a vote yet. Now Best Mystery and Thriller I have voted for. We're going to go through the nominations and I'll tell you who I voted and then what books I would still like to put on here. So there is The Guest List by Lucy Foley, The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James, Blacktop Wasteland, Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, Unspeakable Things, Tana French's new book The Searcher, When No One Was Watching by Alyssa Cole, The Boy from the Woods, And Now She's Gone, The Wives by Taryn Fisher. I've heard really mixed things about that one. The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turton, You Are Not Alone, Winter Counts One by Ruth Rare, and then Long Bright River by Liz Moore. I don't know that one. So I think there's only three. Yeah, so there's only three that I've read. There is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James, Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, and When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. Those are the three that I've read. The one I voted for was Home Before Dark, because When No One Is Watching, I think I gave 2 stars. I did not like that one as much. And The Sundown Motel I gave 4 stars, but I didn't like it as much as Home Before Dark, which I also gave 4 stars. Home Before Dark was so freaking good up until the end. Like, it was that last ending that just killed me. But I still very much enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it more than Sundown Motel. For the only book on here that I still want to read, I think you guys know because it's on my TBR, and that's The Guest List by Lucy Foley. And this is about like a wedding where somebody dies and it's like, who's the killer kind of thing. Now I can clear my vote. If I really like The Guest List, I can clear it and vote for that. So we're going to see how that goes. So historical fiction is next. I didn't vote for this one either. We have the Jane Austen Society, Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman, The Night Watchman, The Evening and the Morning. I don't even know what that is. Hamnet, A Long Petal of the Sea, The Book of Lost Names, The Henna Artist I have heard about, but I have really no interest in reading anything anytime soon. The Mirror and the Light, Where the Lost Wander, The Pull of the Stars. The Vanishing Half I've heard really good things about, but again, have no interest in reading it anytime soon. The Book of Lost Friends, Deacon King Kong, and The Book of Longings, which is the only other book I've actually heard of on this. So, yeah. So I didn't vote for that one, and I have no interest in reading any of those anytime soon. So then we have Best Fantasy, which I've also voted. So we're going to talk about that. So the nominations for this one was The Burning God by R.F. Kuang, which hasn't even come out yet. But okay. Peace Talks by Jim Butcher. House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. The Girl in the Stars by Mark Lawrence. Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. The Empress of Salt and Fortune. Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. The Once and Future Witches. House in the Cerulean Sea. The Empire of Gold. The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson has yet to come out as well. Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. And The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. So, I haven't read The Poppy War yet, so I have no interest in reading Burning God yet. I still have The Poppy War. I want to read it. And then there's also the second book, The Dragon Republic, so I can't even try and, put that one on my list. But of course, I do have... Where'd it go? The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So that's awesome. That's on my TBR. I haven't read... oh no, never mind. Not for this one. It's for a different one. Okay, well, let's talk first about the two that I've... Oh my god, I'm getting so ahead of myself. So the only two that I've read on this list are The House in the Cerulean Sea and House of Earth and Blood. Obviously, I voted for House of Earth and Blood. I loved both House of Earth and Blood and House in the Cerulean Sea so fucking much. But Sarah J. Maas is my girl, so House of Earth and Blood had to be voted for. It was just like, oh god, what do I do? Because I loved TJ Klune and Sarah J. Maas a lot. So it was really hard, and I really had to go through it. But I was like, Sarah J. Maas is on here, I have to. And she's in no other category. So I'm like, sorry. I felt really bad because I really like both of those books a lot. But the other books that are on here, actually... Yeah, okay, it is on here. So the other books that are on here that I do want to read is Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I was right. I haven't read Kingdom of Copper yet, but I do really want to read Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. I do want to read The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I do want to read that. Piranesi is, I know, from Greek mythology, so, Piranesi is a satyr, so I'm like, okay, I would maybe want to read that, but I don't know if I want to read that anytime soon. But the ones that I'm, very much interested in hopefully reading soon are Empire of Gold, The City We Became, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So, those ones. So yeah, so far we just have, House of Earth and Blood, though, so it's fine. For Best Romance, this one was also hard because I've read quite a bit in the romance category. So first we have Take a Hint, Danny Brown, by Talia Hibbert. Then we have In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, which, is that even out yet? I don't even think it is. Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory, In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle, Beach Read by Emily Henry, The Switch by Beth O'Leary, Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Darla, something like that. One to Watch by Kate Stamen London, From Blood and Ash by Jonathan Armentrout, The Happy Ever After Playlist by Abby Jimenez, Something to Talk About by Meryl Wisner, The Two Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver, and A Rogue of One's Own by Evie Dunmore. I've read Take a Hint, Danny Brown, Beach Read, Regretting You, One to Watch, From Blood and Ash, The Happy Ever Playlist, and A Rogue of One's Own. So A Rogue of One's Own and Regretting You and One to Watch, I think I gave all 4 stars. Yeah. So I gave those 4 stars. Also, from Blood and Ash, I gave 4 stars. I thought I gave it 5. Okay. I probably gave it a 4.5, but realized it was more like a 4 than a 5, but it's fine. The Happy Ever playlist, I gave 5 stars. Beach Read, I gave 5 stars. And Take a Hint, Danny Brown, I gave 5 stars. So out of the 3 5 stars, obviously Take a Hint, Danny Brown, and Beach Read were going to be the like top 2. Which one do I vote for? Though Happy Ever playlist was really freaking good and I really liked it. I ended up going for Beach Read because I really, really loved it. I just can remember reading it and just being like, oh my god, I loved it. It's the same thing for Take a Hint, Danny Brown, but I love the wittiness in Beach Read, and I knew I loved, oh my god, it was so hard to choose. It really was, guys. And to be completely honest, like, I go back and forth, like, every day when I look at it. But yeah, so I ended up going for Beach Read, but really Take a Hint, Danny Brown was just like, I could have went for that one. So the only other 2 on my, like, want to read right now would be Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall, which is a male-male romance, and You Had Me at Ola by Alexis Daria. It is Daria. Which I've heard really good things about and kind of really want to read it. So those are the 2 that... And then The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I didn't like the flash share. I think I DNF'd it. But The Switch kind of sounds pretty good, but I don't know how I'd feel about it. So next up is science fiction. I didn't vote for this one. But there's Riot Baby, Hench, The Mother Code, The Book of Collie, Network Effect, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini I've heard of. Harrow the Ninth, which I believe is a sequel to Gideon the Ninth. Okay. Space Between Worlds, Agency, End of October, Axiom's End, Vanished Birds, Last Emprox, The New Wilderness, The Hidden Girl, something like that. Yeah. I don't know any of those. I don't have any interest in voting for any of those. So then we have horror, which I would think I wouldn't want to vote for any of that, but here we are, kind of do. So I haven't read any in the horror genre yet, but I do have plans to do that soon. So for horror, we have Mallory by Josh Malerman, Tender as a Flesh, Lakewood, If It Bleeds by Stephen King, Devolution, Plain Bad Heroines I have heard about by Emily M. Danforth. I believe it was Riley from Riley Marie who was reading that. Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. Survivor Song by Paul Tremblay. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. The Loop, The Hollow Places, The Only Good Indians, The Bright Lands, and Chuck Hogan by Guillermo del Toro. Okay. So the only ones on here that I want to read are Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson, also on my TBR. Mexican Gothic. I mean, I do really want to read that. And then I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to read this, but I kind of do. The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, because we're going to see how that goes. And then Plain Bad Heroines, I saw Riley from Riley Marie reading it, and I'm not sure. I mean, we'll see. Maybe. We'll see. Oh no. Okay. My bad. I exited out of it. It's okay. Okay. Oh, it ends in 2 days. So 2 days and like 14 hours. Okay. So now we're on humor, which, again, I haven't voted and I have no interest in reading any of them. But there's Born to be Public, You're Doing Great, Wow, No Thank You, Is This Anything by Jerry Seinfeld. Okay. Becoming Duchess, A Very Punchable Face. This is Major. Fuck Your Diet. Okay. Strange Planet, I've heard about. Solutions and Other Problems, I've heard about. God Level Knowledge Darts, Life Lessons from the Bronx. The Office, The Untold Story of the Greatest Sitcom of the 2000s. Sure. Overstated, The New One, and Trixie and Katya's Guide to Modern Womanhood. No thank you. Nonfiction, again, don't have any interest, but we'll go through them. Don't Overthink It, Stamped, Big Friendship, How We Keep Each Other Close, Get Out of Your Head, Minor Feelings, Hood Feminism, Here for It, You're Not Listening, Me and White Supremacy, Why We Can't Sleep, Tightrope, We Keep the Dead Close, Hidden Valley Road, Inside the Mind of an American Family, Buy Yourself the Fucking Lilies, okay, and Rage. No thank you. Now we have memoir and autobiography, which again is going to be a no for me, but we're going to go through them, and there is technically 2 that I could probably see myself reading, but I don't know if I really want to read them anytime soon. So we have All the Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, Conditional Citizens by Lalia Lalami, Nobody Will Tell You This But Me by Bess Kelb, The Beauty in Breaking, Everything Beautiful in Its Time, When Time Stopped, Hollywood Park, Marielle Trump, PhD, Too Much and Never Enough. Okay. How My Family Created the World's Most Dangerous Man. Okay. The Adventurous Son, I can't even tell you. Untamed, Open Book by Jessica Simpson. Okay. Notes on a Silencing, The Meaning of Mariah Carey by Mariah Carey. God damn, I can't even, read these. Uncanny Valley, I think. And then Barack Obama's A Promised Land. So Barack Obama's A Promised Land and maybe All Boys Aren't Blue would be the 2, maybe could see myself reading. But not going to happen right now. Okay, best history and biography. Here's the thing, I'm never going to touch these. So, The Splendid and the Vile by Eric Larson, A Black Woman's History of the United States, 999, The Extraordinary Young Women of the First Official Jewish Transport to Auschwitz. God. You Never Forget Your First, Cast the Origins of Our Discontents, Begin Again, John Meacham's His Truth is Marching on John Lewis and the Power of Hope, Countdown 1945, Agent Sonia, Brad Meltzer's The Lincoln Conspiracy, The Address Book, Fight of the Century, The House of Kennedy by James Patterson. Okay. Oh wait, and Cynthia Fagan. I can't read any of this. Oregon Railroad and Wandering in Strange Lands. Okay. Not gonna read any of that. And here's the next one I'm not gonna read anything of, and that's Best Science and Technology. Entangled Life, How to Argue with a Racist, The Future We Choose, Surviving the Climate Crisis, No Filter, The Next Great Migration, The Book of Eels, The Story of More, Until the End of Time, A Life on Our Planet, What Wild Country, Why We Swim, Breathe, The New Science of Lost Art, Why Fish Don't Exist, The End of Everything, Astrophysically Speaking, and Vesper Flights. Okay. Not happening. Alright, now we have cookbooks. Again. Not happening. I don't cook. Evolving Vegan, Honeysuckle, Eat a Peach, Gordon Ramsay's new cookbook, Quick and Delicious, Ree Dummond's new one, The Frontier Follies, Diana Gabaldon's Outlander Kitchen. Maybe. If I ever decide I wanted to cook. Maybe. Dirt. Wine Girl. Ina Garten's new one. Modern Comfort Food. Magnolia Table. True Comfort. 100 Cookies. Nourish Me Home. Vegetable Kingdom. No thank you. No thank you. Okay, now we have best graphic novels and comics. We're close to the end, guys. I actually have something from this. So, there's The Lola Woods, Sapiens, Sacrifice of Darkness, Almost American Girl, I Will Judge You by Your Bookshelf, Harleen, The Fire Never Gave Out, right? Or The Fire Never Goes Out, sorry. Check Please, Volume 2, Fangirl, Volume 1, the manga. The Times I Knew I Was Gay, Cami Garcia's Beast Boy 1, Teen Titans Beast Boy, Heartstopper Volume 3, Dancing at the Pity Party, Joe Hill's new one, and Fangs. Okay, so I've only read Check Please Volume, but I did not ask, go to the next one. Check Please Volume 2, and Heartstopper Volume 3. It's the only two I've read. And to be honest, I just read Check Please. So the only one I had even read in that one was Heartstopper. So that was an easy choice. Check Please was really good, but I think I'd still go with Heartstopper because I just absolutely love that by Alice Oseman. But I still really want to read Fangirl Volume 1, the manga, because I do really love the book by Rainbow Rowell and Sam Maggs and Gabby Nam. Okay. And then Teen Titans Beast Boy is like a possibility because I also have to read Raven, so those are the two I would probably read. So then we have Best Poetry, which again wouldn't read. Post-colonial love poem, Break Your Glass Slippers. Lois Lowry's new one on the horizon. Fina. I can't even read that without. All Along You Were Blooming. Swimming Lessons. Whale Day. Homebody. Homie. Castaway. Dearly by Margaret Atwood. What Kind of Woman, and Romance or the End. Won't read any of them. Okay, so then we have debut novel. So there's A Burning, the Jane Austen Society, The Bone Shard Daughter. Those are three we've already talked about. Valentine, The Year of the Witching again. Such a Fun Age again. The Girl with the Louding Voice again. How much of these hills is gold? Is that it? Oh my god. Winter Counts, My Dark Vanessa again. Luster again. Real Life. The Hannah Artist again. One to Watch again. And Cemetery Boys. One to Watch is the only one I've read, so I voted for that, but I do really want to read Year of the Witching and also Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas, which is male romance as well, and I really want to read that. And also Such a Fun Age, I really want to read as well. Okay, young adult fiction. Tweet Cute by Emma Lord, Hand in the Wall by Maureen Johnson, Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender, One of Us is Next, which I think is the sequel to the One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, The Henna Wars, Majesty, which is the sequel in the American Royals, You Should See Me in a Crown, Gravity of Us, The Inheritance Games, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Punching the Air, Grown, Yes, No, Maybe So, and Clap When You Land. So I have Yes, No, Maybe So, or, hold on. I've only read You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson, so I voted for that one, and I really like that one a lot, and I gave it 5 stars. So it was an easy one anyway, but still. But I do really want to read Yes, No, Maybe So by Becky Albertelli and Aisha Saeed. Tweet Cute by Emma Lord, and then I also got from the library The Gravity of Us by Phil Stamper, which is male romance, I believe. So this is kind of like a Romeo and Juliet type thing, forbidden kind of thing, and then this is during voting, stuff like that. I think I've read some of it, so I do want to read that. It's on my TBR, so might as well. So we have Best Young Adult, Fantasy, and Science Fiction. We're almost done, guys. So close. So we have The Kingdom of Back, Midnight Sun, Legend Born, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, These Violent Delights, Fable by Adrienne Young, which kind of burned me with the last book, All the Stars and Teeth, The Queen of Nothing, Girl, Serpent, Thorn, Chain of Gold, Children of Virtue and Vengeance, Cinderella is Dead, Starside by Brandon Sanderson, Cemetery Boys again, and Song of Race and Ruin. So the only ones I've read are Queen of Nothing by Holly Black, Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare, and Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. Starsight, I think I only gave 4 stars. Yeah, I only gave 4 stars. Same thing with Chain of Gold. I liked them, but I didn't love them. Queen of Nothing, I gave 5 stars. So that was an easy pick. But I still really want to read Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Bashardust, Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi, All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace, and A Song of Race and Ruin by Roseanne Brown. So these are all on my TBR, and I very much want to read those. Or my physical TBR, I should say. I very much want to read them. And then also Cemetery Boys as well. So I have not voted in the Best Middle Grade in Children's because I have not read anything from it. So there's the new R. Shaw book, I think it's in the Tree of Wishes, by Romani Chokshi. There's the new Apollo book, which is the Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan. The One and Only Bob, which I just found out was a thing. Oh my god. By Catherine Applegate. Ghost Squad, Ollie Cross, Clean Getaway by Nick Stone, Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, Here in the Real World, Before the Ever After, The New School for Good and Evil book, which is One True King. Did I say Holopox already? I think The Holopox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow. From the Desk of Zoe Washington, We Dream of Space, King and the Dragonflies, and The List of Things That Will Not Change. So on here we have, I haven't even read the sequel to Arasha, but there's a third book in the Arasha, so I will want to read the second book soon, hopefully. There's the new Trials of Apollo book, which again, I don't even think I've read the last before that one. The One and Only Bob, which I love, The One and Only Ivan, so I would want to read that. Ghost Squad, I would want to read. I've heard pretty good things about. There's like a magical cat or something like that, I think. And obviously Holopox, which is the third and final book in the Nevermore series, I want to say, maybe. It just says third book, so it might not be the conclusion. So that's good. But yeah, those are the ones I want to read. Haven't read any of them yet. And then there's just picture books, which, to be honest, I'm not really going to go through picture books because they're, they don't interest me. So, even though I went through the other ones that don't interest me, it's just a lot. And yeah, I'm okay with not doing that. So yeah, those are all the nominations. And those are all like my voting process and everything. I do still have a lot of books to read, so that I can make more of an effective vote. But yeah, there's this whole thing with Goodreads, and I don't get their nominations sometimes, but I just go with the flow, kind of. But yeah, I have a lot of reading to do. That's pretty much what this video was about. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again with another. Bye. Happy reading, guys, and stay safe.